Okay, so the story for Resident Evil Retribution follows Alice, once again played by Milla Jovovich, and her continuing story of her trying to stop the Umbrella Corporation, the guys that created the T-virus that turned everybody into zombies and pretty much almost wiped out the human race altogether. And it starts off with her fighting off a bunch of Umbrella Corporation attack choppers, I guess, and she gets attacked by one of them, one of the choppers that crashes onto a ship. If you saw the end of Resident Evil Afterlife, then you understand why she's on a ship, but I'm not going to spoil that just in case someone's going to say, oh, it's a spoiler. But she gets attacked on a ship, whatever, and then she flies off the ship and she pretty much lands right into the water, and right after that she wakes up into a Umbrella facility where she's just hanging around going, oh, where am I? And then boom, out of nowhere, Ada Wong, one of the characters from the video game, comes and pretty much saves Milla Jovovich's character. And she's all like, who the hell are you? And she's like, I gotta take you somewhere. And she's like, here, watch this screen. And then boom, Wesker pops up, you know, the main bad guy from the last two movies. And she's all like, Wesker, oh, I thought you were dead. And he's not dead, of course. And Wesker's like, I don't want to fight, Alice. All I want to do is tell you that I want to save the human race, and I need your help to do that. And I brought you a strike team. They're going to help you do this, so why don't you do it? So she's all like, fine, I'll do it. And she goes and she meets the strike team led by Leon S. Kennedy, of course, from the game. You got Barry Burton, you got Sergey, you also got Luther West from the last movie, and they all meet up and blah blah blah, and the rest of the story is just them killing a bunch of zombies and doing stuff. I don't know. It's really just a movie before the big battle. Like, kind of like Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 was just the big, like, oh man, I bet you can't wait for part 2. That's kind of what this movie is. It's like, oh, Retribution, I mean, we're building it up, we'll show you some action, but the next movie is where shit gets real, because supposedly the last one is actually, I mean, the next one is the last one, so I don't know. But anyway, that's really the story. I mean, I left a couple side plots out. For the most part, it's the same stuff it's always been. About the same stuff over and over again, let's talk about the acting. And of course, we start off with Milla Jovovich, who, I'll admit, she is a badass. Like, I was skeptical. I was skeptical after the second movie. Like, even the second movie, I was like, I don't know if she's really a badass yet. But after the third and fourth and this one, yeah, she really is a badass. You know, if you see her in any other movie and you never knew she was in a Resident Evil film, you'd go, there's no way she'll kill zombies. But she does it pretty good in this movie and the last one. You know, the older she gets, the more badass she gets. And she's pretty badass in this film. And she's great for the most part. You also have some returning people. You got Michelle Rodriguez again as the same character as she was in the first one. The story explains that. You have some of the other characters from the first, second, even third movies coming in just to say, hey, I'm here. You have, of course, Leon S. Kennedy, played by Johan Erb, I think his name is. And he's okay, even though most of the time he just hangs around in the background, which is kind of sad because Leon S. Kennedy is one of my favorite characters from Resident Evil. Actually, he is my favorite character. You have I don't know how to say her name, but Suriana Gullery? I can't remember her name, but it's something Gullery, whatever, fuck. Jill Valentine in the film. She's played by that actress that I'm trying to pronounce. And she's okay in it, even though most of the time when she's saying a line, it doesn't sound all that great, but for the most part, she's just cleavage and hotness, and she's definitely hot, and she got cleavage, so that's good. And, you know, the rest of the acting, you got Kevin Durand, who's one of my favorite underrated actors out there, playing Barry Burton, who is probably one of my favorite characters from Resident Evil 1. You're going to be a Jill sandwich, which they had Jill and Barry Burton in the same movie and didn't make a reference to that. They didn't even meet together. That's lame. Oh, that would be a great little, like, gag. Like, I'm going to make you into a Jill sandwich or something. I don't know. That would have been cool, but none of that. But Kevin Durand did a great job as Barry Burton. He was a lot of fun. And the rest of the cast, Boris Kajo as Luther West, and everybody else does an okay job. But for the most part, the acting is meh to okay. I would say it's okay. You know, just be nice. It's okay. So, you know what? The acting's okay. The story's okay. What made this movie fun? Because I'm going to tell you right now, it was a fun movie. Well, the action and the special effects. first, let's talk about the special effects. The special effects for a $65 million budgeted movie look really impressive, to be honest. I mean, some of the designs for some of the creatures and some of the big hulking dudes with hammers and even some of the sets and explosions look really good for a $65 million budget. I mean, there's sometimes here and there where it looks absolutely fake, but for the most part, I thought it looked really, really cool special effects wise. And action, like I said, Milla Jovovich is a complete badass in this film, and there's a whole scene where she's running away from zombies and she in a hallway, and she decides, you know what, screw this. She turns around with a big ass chain and a freaking gun, and she says screw it, and she starts whooping ass everywhere. Like she's just whipping Chief out with this big ass chain from these zombies, and she's like flipping around, choking them to death, breaking their necks, which I don't understand how that kills a zombie, but whatever. And you know, she's just shooting, whipping ass, and there's a lot of scenes like that where she's just whipping ass and running away from zombies, and there's a bunch of explosions and a bunch of cool ass special effects just flying up at the screen, and you know, it's a good time. The movie goes by pretty quickly. It's not written very well or anything. Sure, the story's dumb and the acting's not all that great, but the special effects and the action really make up for this film. It's very entertaining time, just like the last one, and if you're a fan of the movies, then you're going to like this one too. Just admit it, you're going to like it too. So overall, I'm going to give Resident Evil Retribution a 27 out of 40. And also I want to add this, I really like the references in this game. They actually add a lot of references from video games of the past for certain characters, and I really like that. I mean, the characters themselves, they didn't do an amazing job translating them, but the references, I like those. Those are good. So anyway, there you go. There's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and goodbye.